to reason. Will you open your eyes and to wonder what you'll find with an
And now there's 2 calls on the line. Probably won't get to both of them.
We didn't get any calls about the so-called Ground Zero Mosque. Do we want to say something about that ourselves?
Wow. Sure, you can hit it real quick while they're queuing this one up.
I'll just say I thought that religion was dangerous and stupid on September 10, and I still thought so on September 12. And the only difference was that some planes full of Muslims had given me a really excellent example. And, of course, thousands of people died. The laws haven't changed, and this nonsense that somehow there's something magically different about that spot because thousands of people died there, that means that the laws need to be set aside so that these other people who happen to have the same religion, even if they were in favor of 9/11, that they then can't have their building, is, I think, ridiculous.
Yeah. And then you add in the fact that it's 5 blocks away, which is by and large irrelevant, but
and that there's already a mosque that's closer, that's been there since before the towers.
Whether or not it's in good taste, I don't care. I'm not convinced that it's not in good taste. Everybody I've heard talk about this, from Sam Harris on down, I think Pat Condell has gone over the top on this. I think that Sam Harris, by saying yes, it's illegal, or yes, it's legal and should be, but it's in really bad taste, so we shouldn't do it. I think they're all wrong. I think the fact of the matter is that we live in a diverse society where freedom of religion is one of the things that we cherish and protect, and that if a particular spot of land would allow a religious organization to build a facility on there of any type, whether it's a mosque or community center or a taco stand that brings in funds for their church, you have to allow any religion to do it. It's all or nothing.
I think it is in bad taste, in the same sense that Denise believing that it's my choice that I'm going to be tortured forever is in bad taste, but you won't hear me saying that Denise's church can't have a building.
Well, the question is, do you think it would be in bad taste to put any religious building there, or just Muslims? Because if you just think it's in bad taste because it's Muslims, then I think...
I think all religious buildings are in bad taste for pretty much those same reasons, but they're not illegal, and that's really not an issue.
All right, probably last call of the day, Jim in Louisville. How you doing?
Hello, how you doing today?
Pretty good. We only have a couple minutes. I'm sorry you called in towards the end of the show, so get to it quick.
Well, basically, I heard you chatting about the mosque in New York, and the only point I have to make on that particular subject is, I agree that we do live in a country of religious freedom. That's all well and fine, but I think there's so much persecution towards the Christian faith right now because there's a Christian establishment there that has been held up with red tape, cannot get their building rebuilt after it was destroyed after 9/11, and yet this mosque can move forward. So I just really think that is totally wrong, that they're going to let the Christians be persecuted and allow these mosques to be pushed forward.
Red tape equals persecution, Jim?
It does when you can actually allow a mosque to move forward. So
No. They're two different buildings, two different...
rebuilt after it was there for much longer time. It was there for over 100 years, if I remember correctly.
Jim, two different buildings, two different locations, two different legal situations. If one is encountered red tape and the other is not, it's not persecution. And it's not like, because we're letting the Muslims go ahead and build theirs, therefore we should ignore whatever... legal red tape the Christian church has run into. Two different situations, and it's not persecution. That's ridiculous.
Okay, well, let me pass another thing at you on this particular situation.
Okay.
How about the funding for this particular establishment?
What about it?
They're already talking about how they're going to take funding from any source, including overseas, and a lot of these funding sources are going to be terrorist organizations.
So
Should
what?
that be allowed?
If they want to build a McDonald's and take some funds from overseas, are you going to object to that?
If it's from a terrorist organization, yes, sir, I would.
If there are laws in place blocking funds from terrorist organizations entering the United States for any purpose, then those laws are in place, and those laws should be applied.
I agree.
Okay, but no, special new laws shouldn't be put in place just to stop this building.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Okay.
What
Well,
I'm
we're
saying
agreed
is
on that
they've
one,
already
then.
made mention that they're going to allow different organizations to fund this particular building through many different finance channels. And we need to make sure that that is not going to be terrorist funds. Because all this is a victory mosque.
What?
This is a victory mosque, very similar to the one that they planted in Jerusalem on the Temple Mount. They're
Really?
trying to put a mosque that's showing that they beat us. That's all this is.
Wait a minute.
So let me ask you this. When a Christian church is built 5 blocks away from an abortion clinic that was bombed by a Christian, is that a victory church?
Not at all.
Then go
Because
away.
And since when did they beat us? I mean, they can believe whatever bizarre nonsense that they want. In fact, I think they already do.
This
Since when did they
oversimplification,
beat
we're out
us?
of
Are we
time.
all Muslims now?
We're out of time.
Okay.
And I don't have time for oversimplifications and people in a majority position who want to cry persecution about an apples and oranges comparison. I already gave you a list of the things that are coming up. Please stop by the website, www.atheist-community.org, for more information about things that are coming up. There's the crew. I don't know if their camera's working or not, but they're the ones who actually make this stuff work. So thanks a lot to everybody who called in, and we'll see you all next week. Feel free to drop by Threadgills. We'll be there shortly. Bye-bye. The content of this video is produced by the Atheist Community of Austin, a nonprofit educational organization promoting positive atheism and the separation of church and state. If you enjoyed this content and are willing and able to provide a donation, please visit the website below.